Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is 20 English tenses forms. So I hope really it's a great idea and you'll support it with your likes, and you can share it with your friends. And I have a question for you. So how many English tenses do you know? Okay, really. So how many English tenses do you know? How many English tenses do you know? Really. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 or more? Maybe 20? Okay. So, people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Okay, say that there are 12 tenses in English. 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, 12 tenses in English with examples. Okay, so you can have a look. You can have a look at our great video. 12 English tenses, 12 English tenses with examples. Okay, good. So good. Well, but we are going to talk about English tenses forms. So it's very important for your grammar and speaking. Okay, but we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms. Okay, so it's very important for your English grammar and speaking. It's very important for your English grammar and speaking. Okay, and speaking. Well, so let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay, let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay, so stay with us. So stay with us. So stay with us and watch all this video. I suppose this lesson is very special. It's unique in some way. Okay, so I suppose this video is very special. Right. It's unique in some way. Okay, so you can put a like. You can put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, and share it with your friends. Well, so look, how many English tenses do you know? So, people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. Please have a look. Have a look at our playlist. So good. But we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms. Okay? So it's very important for your English grammar. Okay? It's very important for English grammar and speaking. So let's study all this extremely useful information. So stay with us and watch all this video. I suppose this video is very special. Okay, right, it's unique in some way. You can put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, so the first tense it's present simple tense. Present simple. Okay, present simple. So we use this tense for things which usually happen. Okay, we use this tense for things which usually happen. Okay, for example, I learn English every day. I learn English every day. Okay, I learn English every day. I go to work. Okay, so it's present simple. Okay, so how do we form this tense? You know, it's very easy to do it. It's very easy to do it. Okay, so subject plus verb. Okay, so I go to school, for example. Okay, I go to school. Yeah, we learn English together. And so on. Okay, and so on. So if it's he, she, it, you use verb plus s. Okay, so compare. Please compare. I work, but he works. Okay, he works, or she works. Okay, she works, or it works. Okay, for example, so it help, or it helps me. It helps me a lot. It helps, or it helps me a lot. So what is right? It helps because he, she, it. Yeah, so it's the first form. Okay, so it's very easy. So you see that so first form, so present simple, we use this tense for things which usually happen. Look, I learn English every day. I go to work. How do we form this tense? It's very easy to do it. Subject plus verb. I go to school, we learn English together, and so on. Yeah, if you have he, she, it, so you add verb. Yeah, verb plus s. Please compare. I work, but he works, she works, it works. Okay, works. Yeah, so we have s. She works. Okay, it works. Yeah, and we say it helps me a lot. Okay, so it's very easy. I hope that you understand it. Okay, it's very easy. I hope you understand it. I hope you understand it. So if you understand it, please leave a comment. If you understand it, so please leave a comment. Yeah, so you can write I understand. Okay, so if you understand it, yeah, please leave a comment. So good. Well, so yeah, but we say that there are 20 English tenses forms. Okay, so you need to know one thing. You need to know one very important thing. Yeah, so there are such things in English as active voice and passive voice. Okay, active voice and passive voice. Okay, and passive voice. if we look at active voice, there are 12 tenses. There are 12 tenses. So people usually say so. People usually say so. What are these tenses? What are these tenses? Can you name them? Can you name them? Can you name them? So I hope you can do it very easily. I hope you can do it. I hope you can do it very easily. If not, it's okay too. I will help you. If not, it's okay too. It's okay too. I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you. So don't worry. Okay, so don't worry. So don't worry. Everything is all right. Okay, everything is all right. Is all right. Really, there is no need to worry. Please relax. Yeah, really, there is no need to worry. There is no need to worry. Please relax. So, you know, I'm using these phrases, yeah, because I want you to speak English fluently. You know, I'm using these phrases. I'm using these phrases. I'm using these phrases because I want you. Because I want you to speak English fluently. To speak English fluently and understand. And understand English speech. And understand English speech. Okay? 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 So as you might guess, this video isn't only for grammar, it's for English speaking. It's for English speaking, okay? Or it's for speaking English, okay? So as you might guess, yeah, this video isn't only for grammar. Isn't only for grammar. It's for English speaking. It's for English speaking, okay? It's for English speaking. It's for English speaking and listening practice Okay? 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 Good. So you see, okay, you need to know one very important thing, okay? So there are such things in English as active voice and passive voice, okay? If we look at active voice, there are 12 tenses, so people usually say so. What are these tenses? Can you name them? Can you name them? Okay, can you name these tenses? I hope you can do it very easily. If not, it's okay too. I'll help you, so don't worry. Everything is alright, so really there is no need to worry. Please relax, okay? Please relax, okay? So, you know, I'm using these phrases because I want you to speak English fluently and understand English speech, okay? So, as you might guess, this video isn't only for grammar, it's for English and listening practice. It's for English speaking and listening practice, okay? Okay? So, is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? I hope so. I hope so. Well, so there are 4 groups. There are 4 groups of tenses. There are 4 groups of tenses. There are 4 groups of tenses. So simple, continuous, okay, simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous and perfect continuous, yeah, and perfect continuous. Well, and there are three times. There are three times. There are three times. Present, present, past, and future. And future. As a result, there are 12 combinations. Okay. As a result, there are 12 combinations. There are 12 combinations. Okay, good. So it's, yeah, present simple. Okay, so present and simple. So it's present simple, past simple, okay, past simple, and future simple. Okay, next, continuous. Okay, so it's, you know, it's present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. Perfect. It's present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Okay, and it's you know, perfect continuous. So you see present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Yeah, so 12 tenses. Yeah, or we call it active voice. Okay, we call it active voice. We call it active voice. We call it active voice. Okay, so if the action is done, was done, or will be done by someone, so we need to use passive voice. Okay, let's write it down. Okay, so let's write it down. Let's write it down. If the action is done by someone, or is done by someone, so was done, or will be done, yeah, so it can be about the present, past, and future. It can be about the present. It can be about the present, past, and future. We need to use passive voice. Okay, look at these two sentences. Okay, please look at this. Please look at these two sentences. Please look at these two sentences. They make it. So it's present simple. It's present simple, active voice. Okay, so it's present simple, active voice. Okay, and the second sentence is, okay, the second sentence is, it is made. For example, it is made in China. Okay, it is made in China. Yeah, so it means it is done by someone. 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 So this thing cannot make itself. This thing cannot or can't make itself, and we need to use another structure, and we need to use another structure. Okay, it is made. Okay, it is made, and it's present simple. It's present simple passive voice. It's present simple passive voice. Okay, good. It's present simple passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it? How do we form it? Well, so let's write it down. If the action is done by someone, was done by someone, or will be done, so it can be about the present, past, and future, we need to use passive voice, okay? Please look at these two sentences. They make it so it's present simple active voice, and the second sentence is it is made in China. It is made in China, so it is done by someone. This thing can't make itself, and we need to use another structure. So it is made present simple, so it's present simple passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it? How do we form it? Okay, so it's easy. So am is or are plus past participle plus past participle, or plus the third, or plus the third form, plus the third form. Look, it is made in Italy. It is made in Italy. Okay, so you see is, it is, and the third form made. It is made in Italy. It is made in Italy. Okay? Okay, next. So it means it is made in Italy by someone. By someone. Okay, next. It is said he is right. It is said he is right. So is plus the third form. So it is said by someone. It is said by someone that he is right. Okay, so you know it's present simple passive voice. Okay, next. So the next form. Okay, the next form. So yeah, it is made, so it's present simple passive voice. How do you form it? Am is are plus past participle, or the third form. Look, it is made in Italy. It means it is made by someone. Okay, so it's passive voice, passive voice, passive voice, passive voice, present passive voice, present simple. They make it, it's active voice. It's active voice. Okay, so look, it is said he is right. Okay, so it's you know, it's passive voice. It is said he's right. It's passive voice, present simple. They say it. It's active voice. It's active voice. Okay, yeah, so they make it, it's active voice. Okay, active voice, and they say it's active voice, so it's very important. It's very important, active voice. Good, so very good. You can take notes. You can take notes. You can also take notes. You can also take notes. It can help you. It can help you to remember it better. It can help you. It can help you to, or it can help you remember it better. You can also watch this video several times. You can also watch this video. You can also watch this video several times. You can also watch this video several times. So good. Well, 3, it's past simple. So how do we form this tense? How do we form this tense? You need to use the second form. You need to use you need to use the second form. Okay, you need to use the second form. For example, I went to the cinema. I went to the cinema. I worked very hard. Very hard. So you also need to know irregular verbs. You also need to know irregular. You also need to know irregular verbs. So do you know them? Okay, do you know them? Do you know them? How many irregular verbs do you know? Okay, how many? How many irregular verbs do you know? How many irregular verbs do you know? Yeah? Really, how many? I think it's a good question. I think it's a good question. Okay? So you see, it's past simple active voice. Active voice. Okay? Let's talk, yeah, about past simple passive voice. Let's talk about past simple passive voice. Okay? How do we form it? Was or were plus past participle. You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. Okay? You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. Yeah? It's about the formation. It's about the formation of passive voice. It's about the formation of passive voice. Okay? Okay? So you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. You always need the form of the verb to be, okay, the form of the verb to be and past participle and past participle. Okay, so I think it's good. Yeah. So yeah, you can also take notes. It can help you remember it better. You can also watch this video several times. Okay, so past simple active voice. How do we form this tense? So you need to use the second form. For example, I went to the cinema, so go went. Yeah, I worked very hard, so worked. So go, you know that go is an irregular verb, yes, and work is regular. So you also need to know irregular verbs. Yeah, how many irregular verbs do you know? I think it's a good question. Next, past simple passive voice. So was or were plus past participle. You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. It's about the formation of passive voice. You always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so please look. Yeah, please look. So where is it? Okay, where is it? Okay, so it's here. Yeah, I think it's here. Okay, so active voice. Yeah, good. So the second sentence, it is made in China. It is made in China, and it's the formation of passive voice. Am is are, so the form of to be, you know that the form of to be in present simple is am, is, or are plus past participle, yeah? The form of to be, you see the form of to be plus past participle, so it's in present simple, yeah. And if you look at past simple, so you see the form of to be again, so was or were plus past participle plus past participle. Okay, so look, they did it, so it's past simple active voice, past simple active voice, it's past simple active voice. So how will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it in passive voice? Okay, so let me have a look. Let me have a look. So was were, okay, was were plus past participle. Okay, good. So was were plus past participle. So you see they did it. Okay, so it, we say it was, so we see the verb do, and we need to use past participle. So do, did, done, do, did, done, and we need this form. It's the third form of past participle. So it was done, okay, it was done. Okay, very good. Next, they arrested him, so it's past simple active voice. How will you say it in passive voice? So they arrested him, he, then you use was, he, she, it was, and you use past participle. So arrest, so the second form is arrested, and the third form or past participle is arrested too. You know that if this verb is regular, so the third, the second, and the third form is the same. Okay, so you know it, yeah. So for regular verbs, the second, and the third form, or the second form is the same. Is the same as the third form. Okay, so he was arrested, so really very good. Okay, so they did it, past simple active voice. How will you say it in passive voice? Let me have a look. Was or were plus past participle. So do, did, done, and done is past participle. So you say it was done. They arrested him. Arrest, arrested, arrested. For regular verbs, the second form is the same as the third form. So he was arrested. Okay? So it's past simple passive voice. Well, let's talk about, future simple. Okay? So 5. Future simple. Okay? So how do we form it? Will plus verb. Will plus verb. I will speak English fluently. Okay, good. Or you can use a short form, okay? Or you can use a short form, okay? So I'll I'll speak English. I'll speak English fluently. Okay, I'll speak English fluently. Okay, or they will make it. They will make it. Okay, they will make it. Okay, they will make it. Okay, so it's future simple. So I think, you know, this tense is really so simple. It's very easy. It's very easy to understand this tense. Okay, well, 6, future. Yeah, it's future simple active voice. Future simple active voice. Let's talk about future simple passive voice. Okay, so future simple passive voice. Future simple, okay, passive voice. So let's have a look at our rule. Let's have a look at our rule. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at our rule. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, really, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, the form of the verb to be in future simple is will be, and past participle, so will be plus past participle. Okay, good. So we had this example, they will make it. Okay, they will make it. So very good. Let's say it in passive voice. Let's say it in passive. Let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so they will make it. It will be. Yeah, it will be. It will be. And you need past participle or the third form. Yeah, so let's remember it. Make, made, made, make, made, made. So it will be made by them. It will be made by them. Yeah, it will be made by them. Very good. Yeah, it will be made by them. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so future simple passive voice. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. So will be plus past participle. They will make it. Let's say it in passive voice. So make, made, made. It will be made by them. Okay, good. Really good. Well, next. So 7. Okay, so what is 7? So it's present continuous. It's present continuous. So we use it for actions which are happening now. We use it for actions. We use it for actions which are happening now. Okay, and we form it this way. Yeah, we form it this way. So am or is or are plus verb plus ing. Yeah, so I am, he, she, it is, we, you, they are. So we are learning English now. We are learning English. We are learning English now. Yeah, so are, learn is a verb, and you add ing. We are learning English now. Okay, next, he is checking her work. He is checking her work. Okay, so check is a verb, you add ing, and you have the verb to be before. before it. Okay, so he's checking her work. Okay, let's say it in present so it's present continuous. Okay, so it's present continuous active voice. Okay, it's present continuous active voice. Let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so it's present continuous passive voice. How do we form it? Okay, so you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so the form of the verb to be, yeah, so in present continuous, so am is are plus been, and we always use what? And we always use past participle. Okay, past participle, or the third form. So, and we always use past participle, really. So am is are plus been plus past participle. Okay, so he's checking her work, or let's say it in present continuous passive voice. Okay, so her work, it means it. We say it is. Okay, it is. So her work is been. So we always say so is been, and you need past participle. Okay, so check. Okay, check. So this verb is regular. So check, checked, checked. So her work is being checked. Her work is being checked. Yeah, is been and past participle. Her work is being checked. So well done, my congratulations, good. Well, so present continuous active voice, we use it for actions which are happening now. We form it this way: am, is, or are plus verb plus ing. Look, we are learning English now. He is checking her work. Okay, and let's talk about present continuous passive voice. Yes, it's 8. So am, is, or are plus been plus past participle. So check, you know that this verb is regular. So check, checked, checked. And you see her work is being checked. So very good, very good. Okay, so 9. Past continuous. Do you know this tense? So past continuous active voice. Do you know this tense? Do you know this tense? Past continuous. Yeah. So yeah, we use it for long actions in the past. Okay, we use it for long actions in the past. How do we form this tense? Was or were, okay, plus verb plus ing. Okay, so I, he, she, it was, we, you, they, were. So was or were plus verb plus ing. Okay, look. So when I came home, she was cooking dinner. Okay, so you see two actions. So the first action is in past simple. So it's came, yes, when I came home. And the second action is in past, and the second action is in past continuous. Yeah, so you see was cooking. It's a long action. Yeah, so she was cooking, and then suddenly he came. Yeah, so the first action interrupts the second one. Okay, the first action interrupts interrupts the second action or the second one, yeah? So when I came home, she was cooking dinner. You know, it's a past continuous active voice. So, okay, how will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it? How will you say it in passive voice? In passive voice. In passive voice. I hope it's a good question. Really, I asked it, you know, at the right time and in the right place. Okay, I hope it's a good question. It's a good question. I also hope. Okay, I also hope. I asked it. I asked it, yeah, at the right time and in the right place. At the right time, and in the right place, yes? At the right time and in the right place, okay? So really, so past continuous active voice. So do you know this tense? We use it for long actions in the past, okay? So was, were, was or were, plus verb, plus ing. When I came home, she was cooking dinner, okay? So the first action is in past simple and the second action is in past continuous, okay? And you see that the first action interrupts the second one. Okay, so I have a question for you. Yeah, it's a question. So, how will you say it in passive voice? I hope it's a good question. I also hope I asked it at the right time and in the right place. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah. Okay, so how do we form it? So, you know, yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. No problem. Okay, so the verb to be in past continuous, it's was or were plus been plus past participle plus past participle. Okay, so we had this example, you know, yeah, you know, we had this example. When I came home, she was cooking dinner. Okay, let's say it in passive voice. Okay, let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so you know, it's good. It was past continuous active voice, and let's say it. Yeah, it's 10. Past continuous passive voice. Past continuous passive voice. Okay, so really, let's say it. Okay, past continuous passive voice. Good. Very good. So we have this sentence. Let's use passive voice. Okay, so was, were plus been. So she was, we say she was, or not she. So when she came home, yeah, so the dinner, when I came home, the dinner means eat, so it was, the dinner was being, and you know that cook is a regular verb, so cook, cooked, and we need this form, yes, cooked, past participle. Okay, so when I came home, the dinner was being cooked. Yeah, so really, when I came home, the dinner was being cooked. Really, well done, excellent, my congratulations, well done, excellent, my congratulations. Okay, so really, you see, it's a short action. When I came home and the dinner was being cooked by someone, yeah, by her, it's a long action. Okay, so you see, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. So past continuous active voice. Yeah, but you know, it's 10. Okay, so past continuous active voice. Yeah, it was active voice, but we talked about passive voice. Yeah, so was verb plus being plus past participle. Okay, so when I came home, she was cooking dinner. Cook, cooked, cooked. So this verb is regular. When I came home, the dinner was being, yeah, was being cooked by her. Okay, well done. Yeah, well done. Excellent. My congratulations. My congratulations. Okay, 11. So 11 is future continuous. Future continuous. We use it for long actions in the future. We use it for long actions. We use it for long actions in the future. Okay, how do we form it? Will be plus verb plus ing. So we always say will be plus verb plus ing. Okay, for example, I will be waiting for you. I will be waiting for you. I will be waiting for you. Okay, or I'll be waiting. You can say I will, or usually, you know, we usually say I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so I'll be, yeah, I'll be waiting for your reply or for your answer. Okay, I'll be waiting for your reply. I'll be waiting for your reply, or I'll be waiting for your answer. Okay, so it's future continuous. Good. Well, you know that they say that we don't have passive voice. We don't have passive voice for future continuous. We don't have it. Okay, so we don't have it. So no, yeah, no, yeah. So and let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's talk about the next tense, the next group of tenses. Yeah, perfect tenses. Okay, so I think that's right. Okay, so next, so it's present perfect. So present perfect, it's present perfect. So you know, it's about the past. It's about the past, but but you know that we have, or we see a connection with the present. It's about the past, but there is a connection. There is a connection with the present. Okay, good. So it's very important. There is a connection with the present, and we often use it with such words as. We often use it. So if there is a connection with the present, so we often use it with such words as. Okay, just, next, already, yet, ever, never, many times. Okay, good, many times. Okay, how do we form it? So have or has plus past participle. For example, yeah, we need to say it in present perfect. We need to say it in present. We need to say it in present perfect. Okay, I say it. So have or has plus past participle. Have or has plus past participle. Okay, so I have, and you know that this verb is irregular. So say, said, said. Okay, say, said, said. Very good. And you see, I have said it. I have said it. Okay, I have said it. Or I can say, for example, I have just said it. I have just said it. So it's present perfect active voice. Okay, so it's present perfect active voice. Well, let's talk about present perfect passive voice. So it's 13. Yeah, so it's 13 present perfect passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it really? So really, I want to know it. I want to know it. How do you form it? So where is our rule? Okay, so it's here. So let's copy it. You see, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so how will you say to be in present perfect? Okay, so it's have or has been plus past participle. Have or has been plus past participle, and we have these two examples. Okay, with just and without just. With just and without just. Okay, so I have said it. So how will you say it in passive voice? Okay, in the passive form, how will you say it? So it, then have or has, he, she, it has, been, and past participle. So you know, say, okay, say, said, said. Okay, say, said, said. So it has been said. It's a passive form. Okay, it's a passive form. It's a passive form. Okay, very good, very good. Well done. I have just said it. So how will you say it in passive voice? I have just said it. Okay, so it, he, she, it has just. Then you use been, past participle. It has just been said. It has just been said. Okay, very good. Look, it has just been said, has been said. Okay, so present perfect passive voice. You always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so have or has been plus past participle. I have said it. Say, said, said. It has been said. It's a passive form. I have just said it. So it has just been said. It's a passive form. So we often use it. We often use present perfect when we speak. Yeah, we often use present perfect. We often use present perfect when we speak. So if you wanted, we can make a detailed video about present perfect. So if you support this idea, we can do it. But if you don't support, so we will not do it, or we won't do it. Okay, so we often use present perfect when we speak. Okay, good. Well, next, so 14, it's past perfect. It's past perfect. So what is past perfect? You know, it's about the past, but one time before. It's about the past, but one time before. How do we form it? Had plus past participle. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so he said, okay, she had done her homework. He said she had done her homework. Okay, so it's about the past. You see, it's past simple. It's past simple. The first action is in past simple, and the second action is in past perfect. Had plus past participle. She had done her homework. So it's past perfect. So why is it past perfect? You know that first she did, then he said. First she did, then he said, yeah? So we use past perfect, yeah? So it's one time before, okay? Good. What about, so it's past perfect active voice. What about past perfect passive voice? What about it? Okay? How do you form it? The form of the verb to be, so had been plus past participle. The form of the verb to be plus past participle. So you see, look, let's say it in past perfect passive. Let's say it in past perfect passive, okay? So he said, yeah, her homework. He said her homework. He said her homework. Next, you need to use had been plus past participle. So he said her homework had been plus past participle. So it's, you know, had done. So do, you know, do, did, done. Do, did, done. So you need it. You need it. So he said her homework had been done. He said her homework had been done. Okay, good. Her homework had been done. Okay, good. Well, oh, by her, for example, her homework had been done. So you use past perfect, had been done. So you see, he said her homework had been done. Very good. Okay, so past perfect active voice. So it's about the past, but one time before. Okay, had plus past participle. Let me give you an example. He said she had done her homework. So first we see past simple and then past perfect. Okay, but first she did, then he said. First she did, then he said. Okay, what about past perfect passive voice? So it's had been plus past participle. Okay, do, did, done. He said her homework had been done by her. He said her homework had been done by her. Okay, very good. Yeah, but it isn't 14. Yeah, it isn't 14. It was 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so what about 16? It's future perfect. Okay, it's future perfect. Well, it's future perfect and future perfect passive. Future perfect passive and future perfect passive. Yeah, and then we'll talk about, you know, perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous. So we don't use passive with present perfect continuous. Okay, so next, so past perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. So we don't use passive voice with perfect continuous. So we'll have a look at these tenses in active voice: past perfect continuous and future and future perfect continuous. Okay, and future perfect continuous. Good. Well, future perfect, you know that, please have a look at our video. Yeah, I hope you remember it. Yeah, please have a look. Yeah, have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. Okay, so, and we talked about this tense. We talked about this tense. We talked about this tense. So, what is future perfect? What is future perfect? Okay, what is future perfect? You know, it's future simple plus by. So, if you talk about the future and you have to use by, so you need to use future perfect. Okay, so if you talk about the future, and you need to use by, and you need to use by, okay, or you need to use, you need to choose future. You need to choose future perfect. You need to choose future perfect. Okay, so look, and how do we form it? We'll have plus been plus past participle. Okay, plus past participle. Okay, good. Plus past participle. Look. Okay, look. I'll finish this project. So it's future simple. Okay. And if you have by, for example, by next year, so you need to use, okay, so you need to use future perfect. Okay, so I next, so we'll have been plus past participle. Okay, so good. Okay, so I will have yeah, future perfect, yeah, without been. So I will have, so we'll have been plus past participle is for passive, but it isn't for passive, it's for active voice. So I'll finish this project. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, we'll have plus past participle. I will have finished, and we have by. So we have by, so we use future perfect. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, so future perfect active voice. So, you know, have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. We talked about this tense. So what is future perfect? It's future simple plus by. If you talk about the future and you need to use by, you need to choose future perfect. Okay, how do we form it? We'll have plus past participle. I'll finish this project. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, next. So future perfect passive, yeah, future perfect passive. So it's 17. So how do we form it? We'll have been, yeah, we'll have been plus past participle, Okay, so we had this example. Okay, so look, I will have finished this project by next year. So it's future perfect active voice. You need to say it in passive voice, So this project, okay, how do we form it? Yeah, we have it. Yeah, so we'll have been plus past participle. You see, this project will have been finished by next year. Okay, so this project will have been finished by next year. So very good. So we use future perfect because of by. Okay, so we use future perfect. We use future perfect because of by. Okay, good. So future perfect passive will have been plus past participle. Look, I will have finished this project by next year, and this project will have been finished by next year. So we use future perfect because of by. Good. What about present perfect continuous? You know that we often use it. We often use this tense in daily English conversations. Okay, we often use this tense when we speak, yeah, or when speaking English, or when we speak English, yeah. How do you form it? So it's easy. Have or has been plus verb plus ing, and you need to remember the following time markers. Okay, you need to remember the following time markers. Okay, so for and since. Look, so if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Okay, so if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Okay, so look, many students say, I learn English for 2 years. It isn't right. Okay, so have a look at our video. 200 mistakes in English. 200 mistakes in English. Okay, have a look at our video. 200 mistakes in English. Okay, have a look at our video. It's very useful. And important. Okay, it's very useful and important. Okay, it's very useful and important. It's very useful, okay, and important. Yeah, good. So you see, yeah, I learned English for 2 years. You have 4. Yeah, you have 4. So you need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, so you have 4. So you need to use. Okay, so you need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, so look, not, it isn't right, so it isn't right, you see. Okay, and you need to use present perfect continuous. Look, have or has been plus verb plus ing. Okay, and you have, look, I have been verb learn plus ing. I have been learning English for 2 years. Yeah, right. Only this way. Okay, only this way. Okay, so good. Only this way. So what is next? Well, let's check it. So present perfect continuous, we often use this tense when speaking English. So have or has been plus verb plus ing. You need to remember the following time markers, okay? For and since. So if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Not I learned English for 2 years. It isn't right. Have a look at our video, 200 mistakes in English. Well, so it's very useful and important, okay? So you have 4, so you need to use present perfect continuous, okay? So have or has been plus verb plus ing. I have been learning English for 2 years, right? Only this way, right? Only this way. Okay, so what about past perfect continuous 19, okay? Okay, so what is past perfect? It's past perfect plus 4, yeah? So if you have 4, yeah, if you have 4 in the sentence and it's about past perfect, so you need to use past perfect continuous. Look, and we form it this way: had been plus verb plus ing. Look, when I came home, she was cooking, yeah? So you see it's past continuous. You see it's past continuous. Okay, she was cooking dinner. She was cooking dinner. Okay, or when I came home, she had cooked dinner. Okay, she had cooked dinner. She had cooked dinner. So you see it's past perfect. It's past perfect. Okay, so it's one time before had cooked, yeah? So first she cooked and then I came, yeah? So what is past perfect continuous, okay? So it's when I came home, for example, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour. So it's one time before, but you have 4, okay? It's also one time before. It's also one time before. It's also one time before, but you have 4. Okay? But you have 4. Look, for half an hour. So it's very important. When I came home, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour. Look, past perfect continuous, it's past perfect plus 4, okay? So had been plus verb plus ing. When I came home, she was cooking dinner, so it's past continuous. When I came home, she had cooked dinner, it's past perfect, it's one time before. When I came home, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour, okay? So it's also one time before, but you have 4, okay? And future perfect continuous, it's like future perfect. It's like future perfect plus 4, yeah? For example, I'll have been learning English. I have been learning English for 2 years. For 2 years by next year. For 2 years by next year. Okay. So it's future perfect because of by, yeah, will have been, and you know that we form it this way: have or has been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English for 2 years by next year, okay? So because we use future perfect continuous because of for and by, okay? We use this tense because of for and by. So if you have for and by and you talk about the future, you need to use future perfect continuous, okay? So if you have for and by, okay, and you talk about the future, and you talk about the future, and you talk about the future, you use this tense. You use this tense. Okay, very good. So future perfect continuous, it's future perfect plus for, okay? So have or has been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English for 2 years by next year, okay? So we use this tense because of for and by. So if you have for and by, you talk about the future. So you use this tense. So I'll have been learning. I will have been learning, or I'll have been learning. It's a short form. Okay, well done. Excellent. Congratulations. Thanks for your support. So have a look at our playlists. Have a look at our different video courses. I really hope you like them. And you know that we are strong together. We are strong together. And I expect good progress. I expect good progress from you, okay? I expect good progress from you, okay? I expect good progress from you, okay? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, my friends. See you. Bye. Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally. And this video course is all tenses in English difference. Really? So you'll know the difference between all English tenses. Yeah, it's great. Really, it's great. So you know that this course is for you. And let's start with something simple. Yeah. So the difference between present simple and present continuous. Present simple and present continuous. Do you know the difference between these tenses? So present simple talks about the present, yeah, tells us about the present. Yeah, you see, so present simple is about the present. And present continuous is also about the present. It's also about the present, but which is now? Which is now? Compare. Compare. I work every day. I work every day, and I'm working. I'm working. So you see, every day it means that I worked yesterday, I worked the day before yesterday, I will work tomorrow, I'll work the day after tomorrow, and so on. So it usually happens. It usually happens. It usually happens. And if you say I'm working, it means it's now. It's now. Okay? It usually happens. Yeah, good. And if you say I'm working, so it means now. Okay? So very good. So if you don't say every day, for example, you say I work, it also means that it usually happens. So it usually happens. Yeah, and if you say I'm working, it's now. If you have, yeah, so you see. And I think that you need some exercises. So please choose the correct answer. Look, they play, or they are playing football. So look, they play football, or they are playing football. Which answer is correct and why? So a good question. Which answer is correct? Which answer is correct and why? So I think that you like exercises. You like doing exercises, yeah? So you see, look. Is it now or not? Look. Yeah, it's now. So you need to choose, or you need to use present continuous. They are playing football. They are playing football. So you don't have now. You don't have now, but the context, or this word tells us that it's now, so you are using present continuous. Look, they are playing football. It's now, it's at the moment. Yeah, it's now, it's at the moment. So, it's now, it's at the moment. So you need to use a moment. So you need to use present continuous. Very good, very good. Okay, present simple and present continuous. Okay, I hope that's clear. I hope that's clear. Good. Let's go on. Let's go on. So you know that go on is a phrasal verb. It means continue. Please have a look at our playlists and you'll know much more about phrasal verbs and other subjects. Okay, next. So, what about past simple? Past simple and present perfect. Past simple and present perfect. What's the difference between these tenses? Who knows? What's the difference between these tenses? Okay? So past simple and present perfect. So both these tenses are about the past. Both these tenses are about the past. So if you use present perfect, or if there is a connection with the present, you need to use present perfect. If there is a connection with the present, you need to use present perfect. Okay? So past simple, it's usually a distant past, and present perfect. So if we are talking about present perfect, yeah, so connection, so there is a connection with the present. There is a connection with the present. So you see, there is a connection with the present. It's very important. Okay, so let's revise it and then we'll go on. So present simple, it's about the present, and present continuous, it's about the present, which is now. So compare, I work every day, it usually happens. I'm working, so it's now. So if you say I work, it also means it usually happens. Exercises. So look, they play football or they are playing football. Which answer is correct in and why? So it's are playing because it's happening now, it's happening at the moment. Yeah, it's now at the moment. So I hope that's clear. Let's go on. Let's talk about past simple and present perfect. So what's the difference between these tenses? Both these tenses are about the past. If there is a connection with the present, you need to use present perfect. So shortly, we can say the following. So past simple is a distant past, and present perfect, so if we see a connection, with the present. Good. Moreover, some words tell us that we need to use present perfect. some words tell us that we need to use present perfect. So it's a golden rule. It's a golden rule. It's a golden rule. So if you see those words, so think about present perfect. So if you see these words, so, or if you want to use these words, think about present perfect, okay? So yeah, if there is a connection with the present, so it's already, and you know that we form present perfect this way: have or has plus past participle. Have or has plus past participle, yeah? Or we call it the third form. So for example, do, did, done. So what is past participle? It's done. It's the third form. So already, I have already been there. Next, just. I have just called her. Yet we put it at the end of the sentence. Yeah, we put it at the end of a negative sentence. For example, he hasn't come back yet. So you see, already, I have already been there. Just, I have just called her. Yet, so we put it at the end of a negative sentence. So you see it in the end. Yeah, we say in the end, but at the end of something. Okay? So he hasn't come back yet. So you see, what else? Yeah, moreover, some words tell us that we need to use present perfect. So it's very important. It's a golden rule. So if you see these words, think about present perfect. So we form it this way. So have, has plus past participle, or the third form. So you see, do, did, done. Yeah, so done is past participle. Yeah, and some examples: I have already been there. I have just called her. Or you know that we often use a short form and we say I've. Yeah, I've already been there. I have just called her, or I've just called her. Yet we put it at the end of a negative sentence. Look, he hasn't come back yet. And you also need to know two more words. So they are ever. We use it in questions. So have you ever been there? Yeah, so it's present perfect because of ever. Have you ever been there? And never if there is a connection with the present. So if it's true now, now too. For example, I have never been there. So it's true. I have never been there. So really, yeah. And you see this point. Well, and I think that you need to do some exercises. Do you like exercises? Do you like doing exercises? Okay, so you see, so he went there, or so he, look, has gone there. He has gone there yesterday. So which variant is correct and why? he went there, or he has gone there yesterday. So it's about the past. You see yesterday, and you know that there are some words, yes, which tell us that we need to use present perfect. So you know these words, and it's really good. It's really good that you know these words. And there are some words which tell us that we need to use past simple. And yesterday is one of these words. Yes, so if we are talking about past simple, so such words as yesterday, yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday, different variants with last, last week, last month, and so on, and different variants with ago. For example, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 months, 4 months and ago, and so on. They tell us that we need to use past simple. So the right answer is he went there, because yesterday is a word of past simple. Yeah, so it tells us that we need to use past simple. Okay, so I feel that you need more practice. No problem. Look. So yeah, how will you say he was already? He was already there, or he has already been there. He has already been there. So how will you say it? So you see already, and you remember our golden rule. Yeah, it's a golden rule. So there are some words tell us that we need to use present perfect, and already is one of these words. So he has already been there. Yeah, it isn't a question. He has already been there. Only this variant because of already. This variant isn't correct. Okay, so good, very good. And I suppose that you want to know the difference between past simple and past continuous. So it's also very important. Okay, so shortly, past simple is a short action. A short action is a short action in the past. And past continuous. Good. And past continuous is a long action. In the past. Past continuous. Past continuous is a long action. In the past. So you see, for example, yeah, we often use past continuous with when. Look, and we form it this way. So was or were plus verb plus ing. Was, were plus verb plus ing. So look, when I came home, he was playing computer games. When I came home, he was playing computer games. So which action is long and which action is short? So I came home, it's a short action. And was playing is a long action. So he was playing, and then suddenly I came. So the first action interrupts. The first action interrupts the second one, or interrupts the second action, or interrupts the second one. So there is one long action. So was playing, and there is a short action. When I came home, he was playing computer games. Okay, so past simple and past continuous. So past simple, a short action in the past, and past continuous, a long action in the past. And we form it this way: was, were, plus verb plus ing. So when I came home, he was playing computer games. So the first action interrupts the second one. So very good. So what about future simple? And you know that we need to talk about the group simple. So present simple, next past simple, and future simple. We need to talk about it. And we have already talked about present simple and past simple. We also need to talk about future simple, and we talked about continuous, about the group of tenses. Continuous, yeah, groups of tenses. So the first, yeah, is a simple group, and the next one is a continuous group. So you see present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. We talked about these tenses, yeah? So present simple, so we usually do it. Past simple, it's about the past, a short action in the past. Present continuous, it's now. Past continuous, a long action in the past. And we need to talk about future simple and future continuous. Well, and we also need to remember the group perfect. So it's present perfect. So it's about the past when there is a connection with the present. Good. Next, past perfect, and future perfect. Okay. So I think that we are doing the right thing, and these groups are really very important. So continuous, simple, and perfect. Continuous, simple, and perfect. Let's compare future simple and future continuous. Really, okay? So I hope it's a good idea. Let's compare. So future simple. Let's compare future simple and future continuous. Well, but before we do it, we need to do some exercises. Yeah? So please, on past simple or past continuous, because we need to do exercises. It's very important. So choose the correct answer. So when he called me, so it's when he called me, or when he was calling me. So I took, or I was taken a shower. So which answer is correct and why? So please look at it and then we'll discuss. So you see, when he called me, or when he was calling me, when I took a shower, or when I was taking a shower. So which action is long and which action is short? So I think that this action is long, really. taken a shower. I can't do it. I can't do it in a second, or I can't do it in 2 seconds. So it isn't enough. It isn't enough for it. So it's a long action. So I was in the bathroom and I was taking a shower. So I was taking, and then suddenly, he, and yeah, right. You are absolutely right, my friend. It's a short action. So he called me. He called me. So when he called me, I was taking a shower. So this is a short action, and it interrupts a long action. So taking a shower. Very good. Well done. Excellent. Amazing. Okay, really, let's compare future simple and future continuous. Okay, so yeah, so let's compare future simple and future continuous. So what is future simple? So it's a short action in the future. It's a short action in the future. You see. And was it future continuous? And what is future continuous? It's, it's a long action. It's a long action. A long action. It's a long action in the future. It's a long action in the future. Look. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Compare. Compare. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. So if you say so, it means that it's a short action. So you'll wait a bit. So you'll wait a little, or maybe a bit, and it isn't so important for you. It isn't so important for you. It isn't so important for you. It isn't so important. It isn't so important for you. Yeah? Yeah, it isn't so important for you. So you see, well, okay? So it isn't so important for you. Well, if you use future continuous, so it's will be plus verb plus ing, or you can also use a short form. Yeah, so it will be the following: I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. So if you say it this way, it means that you're ready to wait for a long time, and it's really important for you. So you're ready to wait. You're ready to wait. You're ready to wait maybe for a long time, and it's really important, and it's really important for you. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so yeah. When he called me, I was taking a shower. So let's compare future simple and future continuous. So future simple is a short action in the future, and future continuous is a long action in the future. Please compare. I'll wait for you. So it means maybe I'll wait a little, a bit. It isn't so important for you. And if we use future continuous, so it's will be plus verb plus ing, or we can also use a short form. Here it's a short form, and we often use it in speech. We often use it in spoken English. Right, and you can say, for example, I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. Yeah, it's a short form. It means that you're ready to wait maybe for a long time. Yeah, and it's really important for you. Yeah, and we often use we often use this tense with the verb wait in an English conversation. Yeah. So, yeah, if we are talking about speaking, we often use this tense. We often use this English tense with the verb wait, in an English conversation, in an English conversation. So you see, okay, I'll be waiting for you. So let's look at some examples. I'll be waiting for you. I will be waiting for you. Yeah, I'll be waiting for your reply, or I'll be waiting for your answer, I'll be waiting for your letter, I'll be waiting for your message, I'll be waiting for your call, and so on. We use it so often, really. So you see that we form it this way: will be plus verb plus ing, or we can use a short form. Yeah, so I'll be waiting for you. So it means that you're ready to wait maybe for a long time, and it's really important for you. Yeah, what about speaking? We often use this English tense with the verb wait in an English conversation. I'll be waiting for you, or I'll be waiting for your reply, for your answer, letter, message, call. Yeah. So, and I think that you need some exercises. Yeah. Exercises. Yeah. So by exercises. Okay. So by, and what will you choose? I'll wait for your call, I'll wait for your call, or I'll be waiting for your call, or I'll be waiting for your call. So I'll wait for your call, or I'll be waiting for your call. And you see, so it's not a short action, not just a second, so it's a long action in the future. And we also know that we often use future continuous, yeah, with the verb wait in an English conversation. So I'll be waiting for a call, you know, it sounds natural, so it sounds very natural. Sounds very natural. Okay, very good. So very good. So we talked about future simple, and you see future continuous. We also talked about present perfect. Talked about present perfect. So what are we going to do now? We need to compare, so past simple and past perfect, and future simple and future perfect. So are you ready? So I hope you are. So let's do it. So past simple and past perfect. Past simple and past perfect. Well, and then we need to look at the difference. And then we'll need to look at the difference between future simple and future perfect. Future simple and future perfect. So, first of all, you need to know, so what past simple is. So, you know, it's about the past. It's about the past. And it's usually a short action. Yes, a short action. And what is past perfect? It's one time before past simple. Yeah, so it's so important, it's really important to know it. Look, for example, I said, so it's past simple. Yeah, and what is past perfect? It had plus past participle. Had plus past participle or plus the third form. I said he had done it. I said he had done it. So look, it's past simple. You see, I said, so say, you know, it's an irregular verb. Yes, this verb is irregular. Say, said, said. He had done it, so it's past perfect. Had and done is past participle. So I said he had done it. So why do we need to use past perfect here? Because first he did. So first he did it, then I said it. So because the second action happened earlier. You see, the second action happened earlier. Yeah? So first he did and then I said it. Okay? He said he had done it. First he did it and then I said it. Look, exercises. By I'll be waiting for your call. It sounds very natural. Past simple, it's about the past, it's a short action, and past perfect, it's one time before past simple. We form it this way: had plus past participle. I said he had done it. Yeah, but it's before I said. Yeah, so you see, it happened earlier. First he did it, then I said it. The second action happened earlier. So if the second action so happened earlier, you need to use past perfect. Okay? Let me give you one more example. So when I came home, she had already cooked dinner. So came home, it's one action. The first action, it's about the past. So you see, it's past simple. And you also see had already cooked. So did it happen before? Yeah, right. You are absolutely right, my friend. So it happened before. So it's the second action. It's the second action in the sentence, but it happened earlier. So you need to use past perfect. And I also think that you are ready for a short test. Okay? So I knew, or I had known that he failed, or that he had failed the test. So what will you choose and why? Okay? So you look at the first part of the sentence at the first clause and at the second part of the sentence at the second clause. So which action happened earlier? So I knew, or I failed, or he failed. So first he failed and then I knew. So it's the second action and it happened earlier. So it's about the past. You need to use past simple. Look, I knew that. And the second action is about the past too, but it happened earlier. But you need to use past perfect. So I knew that he had failed the test. Okay? So I think that's clear. Yeah, what about future simple and future perfect? Actually, Actually, nothing difficult. Nothing difficult. Yeah, it's easy. So, future simple, it's, it's about the future. It's about the future. It's about the future. And usually, it's usually a short action. Good. And what is future perfect? So, we use future perfect. So when you talk about the future, and when you have by, yeah, or it's usually by or by the time. So if you have it in a sentence, yeah, you need to use future perfect. Yes, it's about the future. Look, yeah? But first let's revise it. So when I came home, she had already cooked dinner. So there is a short test, for, especially for you. So I knew that he had failed the test. So future simple, it's about the future. It's a short action. And future perfect, it's about the future, but you need to have by or by the time in a sentence. Please compare these sentences. Please compare these sentences. Please compare these sentences. So I will reach the next level. I will reach the next level. Okay? So what tense is it? What tense is it? Right. It's future. It's future simple. Well, but you can add by, yeah, and you'll use future perfect. So we form it this way. We'll have plus past participle, plus past participle, or plus the third form. So I will have reached the next level by next month. Yeah, by next month. Yeah. So, and yeah, this thing, so these words tell us that we need to use future perfect. I will have reached the next level by next month. So we use future perfect because of by. I will have reached the next level by next month. It means not later than next month. Yeah? Not later than next month. I will have reached the next level by next month. So I think that you see the difference. Okay, so very good. Or I can also say amazing. So we talked about past perfect, future perfect, and we looked at 3 different groups of tenses: simple, continuous, and perfect. As you know, there are 4 groups in English tenses. Yeah, they say there are 4 groups in English tenses. So it's perfect continuous. It's perfect continuous. Really, let's talk about these tenses, and let's compare these tenses with other tenses. Okay, so present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, it's about the past, and future perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. We often use present perfect continuous in speaking. Well, let's talk about the first tense in this group. So it's present perfect continuous. It's present perfect continuous. We often use it in speaking. Well, so you know that students make this mistake again and again. I learn English for 5 years. Yeah, so you know that students say so again and again, and they don't realize that they make a mistake, because in this case we need to use present perfect continuous. Really, if you have for or since in a sentence, it tells us that we need to think about present perfect continuous. We need to use it. So what is present perfect continuous? So it's for actions. It's for actions. It's for actions. It's for actions. Or it's for an action. Yeah, if it's one action, it's for an action which happened in the past, or which happened in the past, and which is still, and which is still, and which is still, and which is still happening, and which is still happening. So it's happened in the past and it is still happening. Yeah, and we use for and since. Look, I learned English. I learned English for 5 years. So what does it mean? It means if you have for 5 years, it means that I started learning English. Yeah, I'm not lazy. I'm not lazy, and I'll write it for you. Yeah, I think it's okay. So it means that I started learning English. I started learning English 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I started learning English 5 years ago, and I'm still doing it, and I'm still learning it. So it's present perfect continuous. And in this case, you need to use present perfect continuous. But what is present perfect continuous? How to form it? Okay, so it's have or has. It's have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English. I have been learning English for 5 years. I've been learning English for 5 years. Okay, so perfect continuous. Yeah, there are 3 tenses in this group. So you see present perfect continuous, so we are talking about it right now, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Yeah, we use for and since with present continuous, so it's for an action which happened in the past and which is still happening. So this sentence is incorrect. I mean, I learned English for 5 years. Why? You know, it means I started learning English 5 years ago and I'm still doing it. So the formation of present perfect continuous. Look, have or has plus been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English for 5 years. I have been learning English for 5 years. So only this way. And there is a short test for you. So I work, or I have been working. I have been working here for 3 months. So what are you choosing? Work or have been working? So think, please think. So for 3 months, yeah? So it tells us that I started working here 3 months ago and I'm still doing it. I'm still working here. So it's present perfect continuous only this way. So I have been working here for 3 months. Or yeah, it can be another way if only, if we use a short form. You can also say I've been working. So you can use a short form. Yeah, I've been working here for 3 months, or a long form, a full form. So I have been working here for 3 months. And you know that we often use these tense in spoken English. So you see have, has, plus been, plus verb, plus ing. I have been learning English. I have been learning English for 5 years. Test. I work. I have been working. We say I have been working here for 3 months. I've been working here for 3 months. Yeah, good. So what about past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous? So the most difficult tenses So we compared past simple and past perfect, future simple and future perfect. So very good. So it was number 6. Then we talked about present perfect continuous and present simple, present perfect continuous and present simple. Yeah, present perfect continuous and present simple. So we talked about it. Yeah, it's an important thing. Well, and I'd also like to talk about these very important tenses. So past perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. Let's compare this tense: past perfect continuous, past perfect, past perfect, past perfect, and past continuous. So, well, and we also need to talk about, so it's number 9, if I'm not mistaken. So if I'm mistaken, please correct me. So we also need to talk about future simple and future future perfect. Okay, so very good, really very good. Well, how do we form past perfect continuous? Had been plus verb plus ing. So what is past perfect continuous? Past perfect continuous is a past perfect plus for. It's like present perfect continuous when you have for. So it's past perfect plus for. Please look at these two situations. Please look at these two situations. When I came home, she had already done her homework. So it's the first situation. So you see that we have past simple and past perfect. We have past simple and past perfect. Yeah, so I came home, it's about the past, and the second action happened earlier, so we use past perfect, had already done her homework. And please look at the second situation: when I came home, she had been doing. Yeah, so you see that past perfect continuous, it had been plus verb plus ing. So had been plus verb plus ing. She had been doing her homework for she had been doing her homework for 2 hours, and this word tells us that we need to use past perfect continuous, had been doing. So what does it mean? It means that I started doing my homework, or no, she started doing her homework. So she was doing it, yeah, for 2 hours, and then I came. Yeah, so it's an emphasis on the duration. So there is an emphasis on the duration, or in other words, so it tells us that it's a long action. Which happened 2 hours before, and it was still going on. So let's write it down. So the action happened to, or the action started or happened, the action started or the action happened 2 hours before, and it was still going on, or it was still in process, or it was still in progress, okay, it was still in progress. So the action started 2 hours before and it was still in progress. Yeah, so it's a very important thing, and we use it in this context. You see, past perfect continuous. Yeah, if you say, look, when I came home, she was doing her homework. It's past continuous. So you know that she was doing her homework. It's a long action, and then suddenly I came. Okay, good. So you know it's you see, it's past simple. It's past simple and past continuous. It's past simple and past continuous. Good. Okay, so really, past perfect continuous, past perfect, past continuous. So had been plus verb plus ing. So it's past perfect. What is past perfect continuous? It's past perfect plus 4. Look at these two situations. When I came home, she had already done her homework. So it's past simple and past perfect. Yeah, and let's look at the second situation. So when I came home, she had been doing her homework for 2 hours. So there is an emphasis on the duration. So it tells us that this, action is long. Yeah, the action started 2 hours before, and it was still going on. It was still in progress. Yeah, and there is one more situation, the third one. So you see, when I came home, she was doing her homework. So it's past simple and past continuous. It's past simple and past continuous. And we also need to look, at the second thing, I think it's difficult, but not so difficult as you might think. So future simple, future perfect, future simple, future perfect, and future perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, future perfect continuous. And yeah, I remembered also one thing, that we need to talk about future and future in the past. So future simple and future in the past. It's also this situation is also very important, and I know that students often make mistakes while talking about it. So I don't want you to make mistakes. I want you to speak English fluently and accurately and confidently without mistakes. Really, I really want it, and so I want you. Maybe I'm crazy, but in fact I'm not. So I want you to speak English. So fluently. It means fast, accurately. It means without mistakes, and confidently. So when you are full of confidence, when you are sure, that you speak English correctly, or that you speak English rightly. And as for me, I'm sure. Okay, so I want you to speak English fluently, accurately, and confidently. Okay, and really, let's talk about future simple, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So future simple, it's so easy. So I will learn English. So will plus verb. Yeah, you see, will plus verb. Okay, so, or I can use a short form, I'll learn English. I will learn English. Next, so what is future perfect? It's future simple plus by. So, you know, it's future simple plus by. So you talk about the future, but you use by and you form it this way: will have plus past participle, will have plus past participle, and you know that past participle is the third form, so it's another name. Okay, so future simple plus by will have plus past participle. So for example, I will have learned English. I will have learned English by next year. So I will have learned English by next year. Yeah, you see that I want you to speak English fluently, accurately, and confidently. So future simple, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Okay, so future simple. You know how we form it. I mean future simple. So will plus verb. I will learn English. So what is future perfect? Is future simple plus by. Will have plus past participle. So you see, I will have learned, I will have learned English by next year. So not later than next year. Well, and what about future perfect continuous? What about future perfect continuous? Yeah? So, you know that if you want to say it in future perfect continuous, you need to say will have plus been plus verb plus ing. Will have plus been plus verb plus ing. So what is future perfect continuous? It's future simple, but you also need by and for, or in other words, yeah, you know that I'm good at maths. I taught maths, really. I taught maths, so it's my secret, but it isn't a secret any longer because, you know, it's so I taught maths and I know maths pretty well. I'm good at maths, and I think that it's okay that I'll explain it to you this way. Okay, so it's future simple. Is future simple plus is future simple, or not future simple, future perfect. It's future perfect because you know that future simple plus by it's future perfect. It's future perfect plus for. So look, I will have been learning English. I will have been learning English for 3 years. For 3 years by next month. So why do we need yeah, future perfect continuous? Because of for and by. So I will have been learning English for 3 years by next month, or I will have been working here for 3 years by next month, and so on. So you can make up your own sentences. Well, and what about future simple and future in the past? Yeah, future in the past. For example, he said, so is it correct or not? He said that he will do it. Is it correct or not? He said that he will do it. So if it's about the past, he said that he will do it, you can't say it. You need to say he said that he would do it. He said that he would do it. You know that we change. So it's incorrect. It's incorrect. So we change will. We changed will. So we change will to would. We changed will to would. Please remember. So if it's the first action is about the past, so it's in the past, and you want to talk about the future, like in this situation, we need to change will to would. He said that he would do it. Yeah, he said that he would do it. He said that he would come. He said that he would listen to you, and so on. I knew that it would happen. Yeah, so past simple, and then so we use past simple, and then we need to use would plus verb. Okay, so you see that future perfect continuous is will have been plus verb plus ing, or in other words, it's future simple plus by and for. And what is future simple plus by? It's future perfect, or it's future perfect plus for. You see, and you can look at the following example. I will have been learning English for 3 years by next month. So, and station number 10. So I really hope you like this kind of videos on grammar, but you know that we have lots of different videos and video courses, and we'll record and upload new ones if you support this idea. Yeah, he said that he will do it. Please don't say it this way, it's incorrect, because we changed will to would. So he said that he would do it. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Yeah, see you, bye. Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and let's study all English tenses in one video. So I hope you like this idea, and if so, please put a like. Okay, thanks a lot. Really, let's do it. Okay, let's talk about, yeah, you see, let's talk about English tenses. So the first tense is present simple. Present simple. It's the main tense in English. Right, it's the main. It's the main tense. It's the main tense in English. It's the most important. It's the most important tense. You can see some examples. I work. I study. I speak English. I often watch this channel. I like this story. We know it. You help me. They understand us. So you have a subject. You have a subject. And you have a verb. You have a subject and you have a verb. I is a subject. Work is a verb. I work. I is a subject. Study is a verb. I study. I is a subject. Speak is a verb. I speak English, and so on. So it's very, very easy. Yes, you need to remember one rule. If you have he, she, it, you add s. So you put s after a verb. After a verb. So, for example, look. He works. He works. She loves him. Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget to put s if it's he, she loves him, it. It often happens. It's very important. Yeah, sometimes you need to use to be in present simple. So when do we use to be? So there is one rule. If you don't have a verb, in the sentence, so you use the form of the verb to be. So let's write it down. So if you don't have a verb, for example, go, come, work, and so on, you need to be. You need the form of to be. You need the form of to be. So it's am, is, or are. Look, I am at home. So do you have a verb in the sentence? No. Next. So you need to use am. I am. You must remember it. He, she, it is. He is at home. She is at home. It is at home. We, you, they are. We are at home. You are at home. They are at home. So we call this tense present simple or present indefinite. So sometimes you can see that it's present indefinite, but we usually say it's present simple. Okay, more examples. It is interesting. We are so happy. You are very good friends. Okay, next. Future simple or future indefinite. You talk about the future. You talk about the future. Okay, so you talk about the future. You talk about the future. Will plus verb. I will go there. So go is a verb. We will go there. We will learn English and you will help us. Next, past simple or past indefinite. So you need to know irregular verbs such as work, listen, play, and so on. So, and if you want to say it in past simple, you add ed. I worked. I listened to music. I played the guitar. There are irregular verbs such as go, do, get, become, break, give, and you need to know its forms. Look, I went there, so go, went, gone. So you need to know that went, is a past form. So it's the second form, I went there. I did it, so do, did, done. I got a message from her, get, got. He became famous. Well, present continuous or present progressive. So what's the difference between present simple and present continuous? So present continuous, it's about the present, which is happening now. It's about the present. It's about the present. It's about the present, which is happening. Which is happening. Okay? So it's about the present, which is happening. Which is happening now. So, yeah, it's a very important thing. Yeah, and you know that we form it this way. Look, am is are plus verb plus ing. Okay, so for example, I am learning English now. So you see am plus verb learn plus ing. I'm learning English now. Now we're making progress in English. It means we are doing it now. It's happening now. So you see are, because of we are, make plus in. We're making progress in English. I am watching this video. I'm looking at you. So look, I watch TV and I'm watching TV now, so you can say now or without now. I watch TV, it means I often watch TV, I usually watch TV. I'm watching TV now, so it's now. Yeah, am is are plus verb plus ing. So, what am I doing now? I'm recording this video now. I'm teaching English now, right? Well, so next. Past continuous, it's for long actions in the past. For long actions in the past. Yeah, and how do we form this tense? So, was were plus verb plus ing. I, he, she, it was plus verb plus ing. We, you, they were plus verb plus ing. And there is one typical situation when we use this tense. Look. When I came to the office, she was talking on the phone. So we use it if we have a sentence, there are two parts of the sentence or two clauses with when. So when I came to the office, so the first action is short, came, and the second action is long. She was talking on the phone. She was talking on the phone, and then I came. Yeah, it's a short action. And you see the second example. She called me when I was walking in the park. So the first action is short, and the second one is long. So you see, I was walking in the park. It's long action, and she called me, so it's a short action. Okay, what about present perfect? So we form it this way: have has plus past participle. If we talk about the past, we usually use past simple. So we talked about it. For example, I did it, I went there. So you know that there are some time markers, time expressions, which tell us that we need to use this tense. Please remember them. I have just done it. So have plus past participle is the third form. So if you have just, yeah, it has this meaning, you need to use present perfect. Already, I have already seen her. I have known him for 2 years. I haven't done it yet. Have you ever been there? Ever, yes, if you want to use ever in questions, you also use present perfect. I have never been there. I have never been there. So I wasn't there some time ago, and you know, it's true now. So you know that when we talk about present perfect, there is some connection with the present. So there is a connection. There is a connection with the present. There is a connection with the present. So it's an important thing. So when I was a schoolboy, I never went there. So you see that we use past simple because it's a distant past. There is no connection with the present. Well, so what about past perfect? So it's had plus past participle plus the third form. It's one tense, it's one time before. It's one time before. Look, so when I came back, she had already done her homework. Look, when I came back, but she did her homework earlier. So first she did, and then I came back, But you have this action in the beginning, so you need past perfect, had already done her homework, because it happened earlier. Well, so what about present perfect continuous? Have has been plus verb plus ing. Look, I have been learning English for 3 years. Have been plus verb learn for plus ing. I have been learning English for 3 years. So if you have 4, you need to use this tense. So, and what does it mean? It means that I started learning English 3 years ago and I'm still learning it. So we use this tense for things which happened in the past and they're still happening. And you often use for with this tense. Next, I have been teaching English for more than 10 years. That's true. So it means that I started teaching English 10 years ago and I'm still doing it. I have been living in Moscow since 1986. Right. And we also use this tense if we have how long in questions. So how long have you been learning English? How long have you been learning English? Well, future continuous. It's for long actions in the future. It's for long actions in the future. So will be plus verb plus ing. So I'll be waiting for you. We often use this tense with wait. I'll be waiting for you. It means it's very important. So it's it's like future simple. It's like future simple, but there is a long action. There is a duration. Okay? So I'll be waiting for you. It means that I can say I'll wait for you, but it's okay, maybe it isn't so important. But if I say I'll be waiting for you, it means that I'm really waiting for it, so it's so important for me. Yes, it's a long action, not just a short one. Okay, next. I'll be waiting for your reply. We often use these tense in this context. I'll be waiting for your reply. I'll be waiting for your comments and support. Well, so past perfect continuous, it's like past perfect. It's like past perfect. So what is past perfect? It's one tense before, but you also have for. Look, we form it this way: had been plus verb plus ing. When I came to the office, she had been talking on the phone for 20 minutes. So it's past perfect first because this action started earlier. Yeah. So first she started talking. And oh, sorry, really, I'm really terrible at typing. I started talking, and then second, I came. So it's like past perfect, and because of for, yeah, so you need to use past perfect continuous, right? So had been taken on the phone for 20 minutes. Future perfect, it's like future simple. But you have by. So if you have by, you need to use these tense. We'll have plus past participle, or we'll have plus the third form. Compare. I will finish it. But if you have by, look, by next year, so you say will have plus past participle. I will have finished it by next year. So you need more exercises and practice. As we say, or as they say, practice makes perfect. And the last one, future perfect continuous. It's like future perfect. It's like future perfect, but you also have for. So by and for. So look, will have been plus verb plus ing. I will have been learning English. So you have by next month, so it's future perfect, like future perfect, and for 2 years. I will have been learning English for 2 years by next month. Okay, thanks a lot for your support. See you. Bye.